I think it's also kind of like a stereotype here in the Philippines na hindi nyo na kailangan yan if you're in the STEM industries. So yeah, slowly but surely, I can see the Gen Z, of course, they're really smart, they're creative, and slowly but surely they're innovating the norms as of now.
Hello, welcome back for KakaComputer, and we're going to talk about careers in tech.
Yeah.
For women, let's go
Yes.
women.
Okay. So, I think we need to answer, ano ba tong mga questions na to? Number 1, what are realistic ways to start a career in IT today?
Okay, so maybe let's start with the tech people, and then I'll also give in my non-tech perspective.
Mm-hmm. Sige, siguro we can introduce ourselves, no? I'm Jules. I'm an intern at a tech company. White look. Woohoo! Ayan. I'd say one realistic way to start is to be a tech student, an intern, and then join a company through that. Realistically, diba? That's the most traditional way to do it.
Yeah.
How about you?
Hi, I'm Amber. I'm an AI engineer or a forward deployed engineer, but I also work in product. And I feel like a realistic way to start a career in IT today, siguro for me, because I didn't start sa IT. I was actually an archaeology major. Let's go humanities.
Let's go humanities.
Let's go humanities. It's really just like building a portfolio of your projects, and then
Yes.
like having like a portfolio page to show, and then also like getting to know the people who are working in tech. Para you know what kind of job you want to work in. What are the baka may opening sila, ganun. Baka may opening
Yeah.
sila.
Or
and then
maybe
just to
you
get
could start
advice.
as well with listening sa
Yeah,
KakaComputer
yeah.
podcast.
Don't forget to like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
So, if you're listening right now, then you're in the right place, diba?
Yes, Slay Queen.
Okay, how about you guys? What do you think?
Hello, I'm Mina, IT student and AWS Club Captain. So, yeah, so the ways I recommend is to start learning. I agree to build your portfolio and have some people who have the same interests and goals then kasi it really affects on how you think and paano ka ma-motivate. Ayun.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Sandra. I'm a marketing associate in Trainocate Philippines. So, we are an IT training company. And one of my advices, I guess, from somebody who graduated from humanities as well. I graduated psych, but I came in the IT industry. Is just really try and try. Like, you'll never know what you'll get by just showing up. So, like, for me, I joined communities.
Agree.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
AWS user group,
Yeah.
Microsoft, and everything. Like, every type of tech has a community group where you can learn in, right? Such as podcasts like this, perfect ways to learn. And never stop, like, striving to get information and ideas kasi you'll never know what you get out of it, right? So, yeah.
Okay. So, next question. Do you need a computer science degree to succeed? Personally, no, kasi I'm IT. But then again, I don't think it's also a guarantee to success. So, how about you?
Okay, so obviously no. Because I don't have one. But what I can say is that the pattern that I see for people who are in tech roles or tech companies is that what's important is that they get certified in certain things. So once they, for example, if they want to do AWS Cloud Practitioner or like, I don't know, Google infrastructure fundamentals, it really depends on what your career path is looking like. Because just because you have a CS degree and IT degree doesn't mean that it will translate to you building an AI or building as solutions architect, right? So it's definitely it's what you need to succeed is yourself.
True. Yeah, I agree. I mean, same. I don't have a computer science degree either. When I was in college, I double majored in archaeology and economics, so very humanities, social
Yeah.
science based. We like to learn about the world.
Of course.
And then when I did my master's, I did it in data science. So it's a little bit different actually. Pero I think, yun nga, similar to what Sandra mentioned, yung important part is you can show not just your interest, but your parang track record of success in
Yes.
building. Kasi I feel like sa IT or CS or AI, what's really important is to show na you can build and
Yeah.
build ethically, of course, but that's why having a portfolio page is important. Being able to kind of take projects and fly with it is important kasi especially in AI, parang sobrang bilis gumalaw ng AI, 'di ba?
Yeah, tech scene in general. Ang
Exactly.
sobrang bilis gumalaw yung mga utak ng creativity in the IT industry.
Yeah. And then like
Kaya
something
you
could
need
be
it more.
relevant.
You need to be human more than having a computer science degree. Kasi
Yeah.
ultimately, like, yun yung mga nag-create ng innovative products
Yeah,
talaga
definitely.
that help change the world.
Agree.
Yeah. It's one thing if you can code, that's great. But if you can code something that can change something like how, for example, your games or something, right? If you can change just a little bit of quality of life, that's already a big win in
Yeah.
terms of your career path and your career growth.
And I think
Right.
also if you look at like IT or CS or AI, a lot of it is applied in a specific domain.
Yeah.
So kapag mas close ka sa problems problems ng users mo or problems
Oo,
mo
yeah.
as somebody working in that field,
Yeah.
you'll be better equipped to actually start solving those problems kasi you understand them and
Yeah.
you feel them then, diba? So,
Yeah.
Yun, on my side naman, I really don't agree na ito yung the reason for your success, even your IT or CS. Kasi may mga bagay na hindi natuturo sa school, which is like yung mga bagong AI na
Of course.
mga
yeah.
nalalabas ngayon, and then yung parang kasi yung tech is sobrang bilis, kaya
Yeah.
all you need is to catch up and learn more.
Yeah.
Yun.
aligned. Aligned. Aligned.
Ganun.
Sabayan mo talaga.
Okay. Actually, I don't even consider like catching up to trends. The people who are parang in the best in their field like are better than people who are constantly catching up to whatever trend it is. Kasi if you're always constantly doing something new, wala kang kumbaga it's either generalist or what was it? The T? Generalist or
T-shaped learning
yeah,
type of
diba?
thing.
So
Yeah.
parang if you're constantly catching up, being a generalist, parang there will be some sort of depth na may utak kasi hindi ka nag-deep dive onto
Master of
something.
none.
Yeah. So, ayan, next. What skills matter most for beginners entering tech? For me, it's really the soft skills. Kasi you really have to articulate what you're doing. Kasi you could build all day, pero if you can't say what you're solving, if you can't explain what you did, parang, paano siya magigets ng mundo, right?
Yeah.
So,
I
that's
agree.
one of the most important skills for me that I'd say.
Introducing Agora's conversational AI engine. Build and integrate your AI agent in minutes. Any model, any voice. Start building your voice AI agent for free today.
Okay. So for me, sorry, I keep bringing up my work, but I promise this is not a sponsored thing. Pero I learned kasi a lot from the career that I have being in the IT training industry that you're right. A lot of people in the tech industry, they're so smart. Pero when it comes to presentations, to thinking more outside of the box, that is something that it's that's something that they're lacking. Not just lacking, but actually avoiding looking at or avoiding acknowledging, because I think it's also kind of like a stereotype here in the Philippines na hindi nyo na kailangan yan if you're in the STEM industries. So yeah, slowly but surely, I can see the Gen Z, of course, they're really smart, they're creative, and slowly but surely they're innovating the norms as of now. But syempre then, it's very overwhelming as a beginner to like, parang, you're not yet at that expert level, tapos you're also trying to be smart in terms of creative. So I think the skill that matters the most is your grit. And not just your grit in, learning how to code or learning how to prompt or anything, but your grit in terms of how your work is gonna change or traject your way in the IT industry. So it's really like the mindset that you have and where you want to go, how your work would want to impact other people.
Yeah, I agree. I think like what you mentioned is super important, especially yung grit aspect, diba? Kasi like things are moving really fast.
Yes.
So I think your ability to deal with ambiguity is super important kasi you might be using one tech stack one day and another
And then
one the
another,
next day,
yeah.
diba? That's
Yeah.
when my constant updates, diba? You need to update your code and so on and so forth, different frameworks. But I think also, I think it's important to be able to parang have that humility as well, especially in the tech field where, I think some people, especially if you're coding in AI and all of these things, parang you feel like you can do anything, which is super
Yeah.
important to have that confidence. But at the same time, I think empathy matters a lot because at the end of the day, when you're building, you don't want to build just for one subset of society,
Yeah.
right? You want to build for the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you want to include that as well, whether in the code that you're looking at or the data, you want to make sure na as much as possible, hindi siya biased. Kasi if you're just focused on, kunyari, one specific aspect of society, you forget the rest of the communities. Pag ganun build
definitely.
ka, it could have a lot of negative downstream impacts, and that we've seen that before also, not just in AI, but even in data science, even in computer science, etc. So it's really, for me, like empathy is important as a dev.
Yeah.
And collaboration as well.
Of
Kasi
course, yeah.
we know a lot of people who are smart, great at what they're doing, but are unable to collaborate with teams. But ultimately, you need a team, diba? You have to work with a
Yeah.
team kasi you can't do it everything alone.
You know what's so funny about that? Kasi diba sa Philippines, I don't know if you guys get the trend also, pero when you say IT, kaya na lang gawin lahat eh. Architecture, coding, diba? kaya, I don't know if that's also like internal stereotype na parang they don't need other people to work. But in all actuality, IT is such a broad field.
Right.
And you guys need to work together to run everything that you're trying to build. So yeah, just
Parang 3
supporting
and
your
1
point.
coffee. Ikaw na daw lahat. Diba?
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, go.
Skills that I need is eager to learn. Kasi if you're not curious about anything, how this works, how that works, parang medyo important siya sa tech pag ginagawa siya, pag collaborate ka, ayan. And also, ayun nga, soft skills, I really agree. Kasi yun yung minsan problems namin mga students. We're like having time to communicate and also share our projects like in a maayos na way.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely.
yeah.
aligned. And
that
I think
people
also,
will understand.
I think to your point, yung communication and soft skills is so important, especially
Yeah.
kunyari AI engineer ka or you're a builder, a developer. It's important as well to share how you build something para on the ethics side. Hindi siya, kasi sometimes even sa machine learning, kunyari, naka-black box. Tapos you don't know what went in, what went out, how
Yeah.
it's working. I think it's really important to be able to communicate that to the different stakeholders, especially if you work with, kunyari, yung mga like, health professional or all of these different fields.
Yeah, oh my
right?
gosh.
Yun yung parang, yung usually mga tech words na di na-understand ng
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the worst part actually. Kasi like, for example, people like us who graduated from humanities or something, we have to learn your jargon just to understand, right?
Yeah.
But it could all just be avoided if, for example, they were more passionate in trying to explain it in the first place. Na parang this is for you. Kasi to us, how it's being portrayed, it's like, oh, we built this just because.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
accessibility is so important.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes, yun nga, like I guess na super excited yung mga tao,
Yeah,
diba?
yeah,
But at the
yeah.
same time, we have to remember, ano ba yung reason natin? What's the reason why we're doing this? Why we're building it? Who are we building it for? Diba?
Yeah, and like you're acting then na parang this is so impressive, which is
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like a lot of tech tech people really innovate the most brilliant things. But if the people don't see it as brilliant, then how shiny really is your idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess siguro to wrap up the session, my last advice to someone starting their tech journey is really to build publicly kasi it forces you to parang share it for the public, not just
Yeah.
for developers, not just for internally your company or your peers.
Yeah.
It forces you to communicate it and layman's terms, kumbaga. And that really helps you as well in your publicity and in your thinking na parang, oh, I'm not just building this for the glory. I'm
Yeah.
building this for others. So that's why mas likely ka na mag-isip, mag-innovate for the whole community, not just yourself or for fame or money. So build publicly yung advice ko.
Aligned. I think it also helps you learn a lot talaga if you build publicly because similar to what you were mentioning earlier, you get feedback on it.
Yes, that's
Diba? How can you make it
actually good.
better? What were the good things about the things that you built? Diba?
Yun. Also, advice naman is to have some communities like joining people with the same interests like
Yeah.
you para mas ma-motivate ka. And din yung reason kung bakit may club ako ngayon
Yeah.
and if you want to follow guys, AWS Club Asia Pacific College.
For me naman, some advice I would want to give somebody who wants to start their journey in tech. As a non-tech person, since yun nga, a lot of the advice so far is mostly for tech people, but for non-tech people who want to get into tech, just shoot your shot. Show up, talk to people. Every single person starts from somewhere, from day one, as AWS says it, right? So yeah, just keep showing up, keep trying to build yourself, and also think about what you can contribute with your career in terms of like this new tech age, especially with AI on the run.
Yeah, aligned. I think my advice for someone who wants to get started in tech is be a sponge. Be like SpongeBob. That's joke lang. No, be a sponge. Like absorb the
Yeah.
information, learn from everybody. Be open to learning. Be open to learning from different people, not just those in tech, but also those outside, because they'll help inform how you build your products. And I think just to keep building ethically, keep building responsibly. Shooting your shot by just like trying to tinker around. And of course, parang put heart into what you're building. Like put your heart into the things that you're building para you know it's for. You remember what it's for. You remember like why you're doing
Yeah.
it and who you're doing it for. So
Yeah.
Yeah.